is Mark Pelmore. I'm a third-year paramedic student at the University of Tasmania, studying out of the Rozelle campus in Sydney. I've been nominated for the Pearson Student Academic Achievement Award by Dr. Paula McMullen. So here's a little bit about me, and here's a little bit about what I do. So a little history about me. I grew up in a little town called Mullumbimby in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. I have a career history dating a long way back, but essentially I left school and worked with horses for a few years. Then I got into hospitality, ran restaurants, bars, pubs all over the world, ski chalets. I spent quite a lot of time travelling. I spent 5.5 years travelling around the world. I got back to Australia in 2006 and started my own business. Moved into a different industry. I moved into retail and ran an eco store for 5.5 years in Brisbane. Great little business, really loved it, but sadly didn't make the money that I needed to survive. So I closed that business down in 2012. I then spent a little bit of time having a think about what comes next in my life and reflecting on what I've done to date in my career. That's where the idea of becoming a paramedic came into play. I did a lot of research on becoming a paramedic, and I worked out some of the values that I was looking for with regards to my career to date. The reasons for getting into paramedicine and the reasons for going back to being a full-time student and studying a bachelor in paramedic practice were pretty clear cut for me. I grew up very community orientated. The little town that I grew up in was a wonderful little hub of activity with regards to community focus. So having a career that has a positive impact in the community for me was a very big aspect. I was also looking for a career that was going to provide me continual learning, to challenge me in the various different aspects of life and allow me to continue to build skills and not become stagnant in who I am and what I know. I was looking for a diverse job. Sadly, I'm not the office type. I need something that's something happening all the time and a new place of work every day. And I think being a paramedic pretty much so nails that. You're never in the one spot for too long. I also wanted to work in an industry where there was an area of need, and health obviously is a huge industry that's developing, and people are always getting sick, and paramedicine is at the forefront of that. It's quite often we're the first port of call for people who are getting sick. On that topic of an area of need, I'm always a big believer to make the biggest difference, you need to go to the biggest area of need, and obviously people getting sick and people being in their own homes and the rapid escalation of chronic diseases, paramedicine is at the forefront of that, and we can really make a big difference to people's lives and save lives in that regard. I don't mind a challenge. I've always put myself at the forefront of challenging myself, so this industry is very challenging. And I like that. I quite enjoy that aspect. I'm great at communication, and I really enjoy working with people. So once again, it's another industry change that allows me to capitalise on that aspect of what I do and who I am. Always grew up as a team player, always played team sports, and have always enjoyed working in team environments. I've come from a management background, so I've run big hospitality businesses and big events with huge numbers of staff, and really enjoy that challenge. And I'm looking for an industry that allows me to make friends for life. And I think the teamwork that you get when you're working as a paramedic, you create bonds and relationships that are really strong, and that's how you support each other through the challenges of the work that is presented for you. So overall, I'm studying a degree in paramedic practice because I feel that it's something that's going to make a really positive difference to other people as well as to myself. It's a stable career with enough challenges to keep me going. I'm really loving what I'm studying. It's been amazing. I've completely given myself to it, and it's it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So the next question is, what do I believe are the elements of my success as a university student? This is pretty diverse. I think at the forefront of this is being organised. I am a bit of an organised freak. I'm also very focused and committed to what I do, prepared to make sacrifices to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. I get involved. I take an attitude in life of if I'm going to do something, I have to do it at 110%. There's no point in committing to something half-cocked. It needs to be done at 110%. So in that aspect, talking a little bit about my involvement as a student, in the time that I've been at the University of Tasmania, I've been involved as a student engagement leader. I'm also very involved in the Australian New Zealand College of Paramedics as a student representative and a chair of the board with that organisation, which provides education, further education for paramedics. I'm involved in workplace health and safety as a student representative on that committee. I'm a student liaison for the paramedic cohort. I'm very organised very positive in organising events. We've done a number of really exciting events, of which I'm going to chuck a few clips at the end of this video, not the least of which was the inaugural 2014 UTAS charity ball. We put together, a colleague and I put together a charity ball which raised $5,500 for the Redfern Foundation, which is a non-government organisation that directly is involved in the Redfern Indigenous community. We had an absolutely amazing night and really achieved some wonderful goals with that and created some wonderful relationships with the Redfern community. We also did a couple of barbecues, educational barbecues, where we brought in native animals and it had a presentation with some native animals for our non-English speaking background students, of which we have quite a few. We have, I think from memory, something like 24 different nationalities on the Rozelle campus alone. And I take an attitude of just wanting to be able to get involved in the student experience, help out people as much as I possibly can, and just really immerse myself in the experience of learning. I'm committed. I really focus hard on my studies and trying to achieve the best results I possibly can. Also keep a balance in my lifestyle, as you can see behind me. Very active. I'm a surfer, I cycle, I play bass guitar. I'm an ocean swimmer and a swimmer. I practice kung fu, I do yoga. So a lot of activities in my life, including being in a wonderful relationship. Who my partner's amazingly supportive to me, and I couldn't do this degree without her. I think my attitude, just taking, as you've kind of already gathered, my attitude towards this degree is really positive, and I absolutely love what I'm studying. I love the lecturers, I love getting involved with the people that I'm studying with. And I can see the benefit of my study. You know, I think one of the greatest things for me about this particular degree, the paramedic practice degree, is that it has such practical implications. I can learn the theory of a medical condition, I can go out into the field and I can practice that theory and potentially have a beneficial outcome for that patient. There really is, it's an amazing, rewarding process to be able to learn something and then practically implement it. So that's a little, in a nutshell, why I believe I'm a successful university student. Okay, so the next question is, how do I think that learning will impact on my life? I've kind of already touched on this a little bit, but I think the biggest impact that this learning is going to have, well, there's a number of big impacts, but the biggest one is making a positive difference. Essentially in an acute setting, the skills that I'm learning and the theory that I'm learning as being a student, as a paramedic student, allow me to save lives. And at the crux of it, that's what it boils down to for me. It's a really exciting process of testing my skills to be able to save somebody's life. And really, it doesn't get any better than that. As far as a career goes in the future, the impact that this particular career change, and I've had quite a few career changes, but this particular career change is going to have, is that it's going to bring a lovely balance towards hard work and also towards family life. It's going to bring a lifestyle. It's going to bring the opportunity for continual learning. The health industry is an ever-expanding industry that really has some quite incredible things at the forefront, and the out-of-hospital environment for health is really cutting edge at the moment. There's a lot of research that's happening in that area, and there's some really wonderful stuff that is being developed to enable us to provide better care in the out-of-hospital environment. Obviously, a sense of achievement. Completing a degree is an incredible thing. It's a very unique opportunity, and I feel very honoured to be able to do that. We live in an incredible, fortunate country that we have that abilities. The knowledge that I gain through this particular career direction and this learning process, I have the opportunity to pass that knowledge on to other people and make a difference. One of the other organisations I'm involved in is St John, so the ability to be able to educate people in first aid can make a very big difference with people in acute health presentations. The ability to specialise, I think that this is a foundation degree for me. A Bachelor of Paramedic Practice allows me to move into fields like intensive care paramedicine or extended care paramedicine, which is a little bit like a community nurse, I guess. We provide at-home care, special operations, or even into management. As I spoke earlier, I've got a career background in management, so moving into an ambulance service and being able to get involved in management is something that definitely appeals to me. It's a stable career. Health is something that is going to be ongoing. People are going to continue to get sick. And as I spoke earlier, the onset of chronic diseases is quite significant at the moment. So, being able to get out there and make a difference to those people who are living with chronic diseases or even in an acute setting is a really important thing. And the ability to utilise those skills, the ability to practically implement them, to make a difference, to save a life. Like I said, it doesn't really get any better than that. So, in a nutshell, the impacts of studying are going to be massive for me on so many different levels, and I'm really very, very excited about the career to come. So that's me in a nutshell. That's answering the 3 questions for the Pearson's Student Achievement Award. Thank you very much for the opportunity and the ability to be able to nominate for this award. I think it's a really amazing initiative. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great day. Bye.